G'day, and today we're going to chat about a simple subject, and that is habits that you can use daily to improve your life. Now, a lot of people sit back and say, okay, what are these habit things? And I honestly don't really like the word habits. I prefer the word rituals, okay? When you sit back and you think habits is something that you just sort of fall into. A ritual is something where you consciously decide to do it. So if you think about performing rituals rather than just daily habits, it seems to be more exciting, a little more challenging for you when you look at it. Now, we know some of the basics of this stuff, and I'm sure you know. In fact, let me do the first two, and you already know these two, all right? But I need to remind you of them sometimes because that's just the way the world works, okay? Number one, take care of your health, okay? So get outside for at least, now you can combine number one and number two, well, the exercise part of this one as well. Getting outside and exercising, go for a walk. You know, even like my dad, who's a little older these days, I literally said, all right, and I bought him a dog. And I bought him a dog so he would get outside and go walk the dog, like literally to get him moving and doing something. But ultimately, that drinking of the water, making sure we get fresh air, eating more, less processed foods. If it comes in a tin or a packet, it's probably not as good as something that comes in its own wrapper, okay? Not as complex as people make it out to be. But just doing one or two things a day that change and make a ritual. What is your ritual of getting outside? What's your ritual of getting, the dog for a walk? A ritual of getting some exercise. And yes, you can spell ritual R-I-C-H-U-A-L as well if you want it from a financial perspective. Okay, second one that I'm going to insist upon, and that is read, study, learn, okay? The simplest habit that creates a better life is new knowledge. Now, yes, a lot of people read novels and stuff. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, read about team building, read about finances, read about life, study, get on my 30X Life program or my 30X Wealth program or even the business program if you own your own business. But the learning factor, get on webinars, join programs, go to groups, attend events, meet people, get a mentor or a coach. The learning factor is one of the biggest habits to your success, okay? Out of our 6 habits today, number 3 of our best habits. Surround yourself with the right people, okay? If the people around you are not pushing you forward, if they're not pushing you towards their goals, if they're not achieving their goals, if they're just sitting back and stagnating, oftentimes, it goes back to the simple saying, you can't change the people around you, but you can change the people you're around. Okay, start hanging out with different groups. Start introducing new people. Ask some of your more successful friends if you can hang out with them a little more often. And people are like, I don't really know how to ask that. You just ask. Invite them places. Go and join them in things. Go and join clubs. Join groups. It's too easy to stay stagnant, and that's where the habits, make them into rituals. I ritualistically go and meet new people every week. It's a ritual to go and do these things. Ultimately, Jim Rohn said it best when he said, you become the people you surround yourself with. You're going to earn within plus or minus 10% the same as the 5 people you hang out with the most. If you're the one, I love the saying of, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Because it gets me out of my comfort zone. It gets me hanging with people who are doing more, achieving more, being more, and seeing more than what I am. Fourth one of them, cut back on phone time, cut back on Facebook, Instagram time. And I know we're here on Facebook, Instagram, we're Pinterest, of course. You're allowed on Pinterest. No, you know what I'm saying. If you can reduce phone time and turn that into outside time, if you can reduce phone time and turn that into family time, if you can reduce screen time, then, hey presto, where are you going to allocate that time to? I see too many people following and just watching things that don't inspire them. Now, if you are using your phone time or your screen time to do a lot of learning, fantastic, keep it up. You don't have to stop it. You have to just change the way you focus it. That habit will change up dramatically for you in the near future. Which one are we up to next? We are up to 5. Develop a default diary. Now, what does that mean? A default diary is really a way of saying, these are the things I will do at these times on these days. Okay, so on a Sunday, if I got nothing else to do on a Sunday morning, I will walk the dog. If I got nothing else to do on a Sunday at 10 o'clock, I go for a swim. If I got nothing else on, does that make sense? Like you develop, this is what I'm going to do if nothing else is on, so that you have a bit of a plan as to what you want to implement into your week. You know, on a Thursday, I'm going to call all my relatives. This is what I do on a Thursday evening. I call all my relatives. You know, you build a plan, a diary of these are the things, a calendar to default. This is the calendar of what I'm going to do. This is the schedule of what I will be doing day in and day out if nothing else is going on. And so it builds your week. See, what are the top 20 things you want to get done in a week? Yes, calling the family is one of those things. Doing some exercise, one of those things. By default, this is the time I go and do my walking of the dog. This is the time I exercise. Whatever it might be is a very important time. And finally, number 6. Quiet time. You can call it meditation. You can call it prayer. I don't care what you call it, but time to sit and focus on yourself. Focus on your thoughts. Focus on your dreams, your goals, your actions. Quiet time every single day with you thinking about the world. You can do journaling at the end of the day if that's a great way for you to start this whole process. But our goal is to make sure that we improve our daily habits. We build rituals around this stuff. Daily quiet time, daily meditation, daily prayer, whatever you call it, it doesn't matter. But adding 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes to your evening of quiet time is really important. Personally, my favorite time for quiet time is around 3 in the afternoon. Give myself a little bit of more energy to get through the rest of that day and get fired up, take care of everything that happened in the morning. I love my morning meditations, but I love at 3 o'clock just taking some quiet time to sit back and go, okay, what's got to happen for the rest of the day? Where am I at? Focusing on me and what I need to do so that I become super successful that day. Listen, keep implementing the rituals. I'll see you again the next day or two. Let's keep learning. Let's keep growing together.